to be using the Jackie Aina palette, and this has been out for a while. Yes, I know, but for me, tis new. Jackie is like, she's my YouTube bae. I love her. I used to watch her when she was little pumpkin pie, like before YouTubers like made money on YouTube. So I got it, and you had to spend like $15 more, I think, before it, and you could get like a free eye primer, which is this the eye primer you got for spending 15 or 10 extra dollars. But I did end up picking up some of their liquid lippies, these, and I'm kind of cool with that because I jumped on the liquid lip bandwagon when ColourPop came out with all of their shades, and don't get me wrong, the range is great. They have every color you could think of, but the formula is not the business. Like, lips, Sahara Desert, that's what you're gonna get. But you get all that liquid lipstick for $6, $5 or $6. So that intro is kind of long, I know. But we're gonna get started. The first thing that I want to do is my face. I'm using the Airspun Coty powder, and I bought this because everybody said how great it is. And I generally get oily in like the regular T-zone area, but my cheeks and stuff have been starting to get oily also. You see that? Also, my starting of a breakout. That's my own fault. Being lazy with my skincare. So we did the powder. I'm gonna do, this is the Black Radiance True Complexion Refining Skin Primer. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay De-Slick. It's like the same products I use in all my videos. Like, people be watching me like that. I'm gonna use this finishing spray. Foundation. This is the Covergirl True Blend Matte Made foundation. I'm in, I think it's D50 or something. There it is. Yeah, I'm in D50. And this is actually a great product, but for some reason it doesn't give me enough coverage, and I use it a lot, or I use a lot of it. I was using brushes for a few months and loving it, but I think I'm going to go back to my knockoff beauty blender. So give me a sec. I'm going to go with this. Baby got big. Wah. And I actually like these a lot. I've never used the original beauty blender. I used the Real Techniques ones for the longest until I heard about a website called Miss A on Lipstick Alley, where they have all different types of beauty blenders. Well, makeup sponges, because they're not beauty blenders as far as the brand. They have all different types of makeup sponges, and they're only $1, maybe $1.20. And these, or this one, and also when that fuzzy one became popular, they have that one, and I got a couple of those, and these work great, if not better than the Real Techniques, mainly because of the price point, and you don't feel like you have to keep washing them. You can buy like a ton of them, you use them a couple times, and then as soon as they start looking disgusting even after you clean them, and throw that bitch out and not feel bad about it. Because even the beauty blenders, they say you can't keep those forever. Though I know why people tried to, because they're freaking $25. And who wants to spend that much for something they gotta get rid of? I've been watching a lot of TV along with everybody else, and I wanted to talk about that. I just recently got done watching Love is Blind, and I've been watching like a lot of YouTubers and other people, like reading articles about it, because like everybody else, I fell in love with Cameron and Lauren. They are so sweet with each other, and they're, from what we can tell, because I don't want to put them up on a pedestal because we always know what happens when we do that. They seem very sweet with each other, and like they really took the show seriously, and I'm really happy to see a healthy relationship develop from such a weird concept for a dating show, even though it's not that weird. Like, our grandparents, some of our parents, like, that's how they met your dad or husband, wife, you know. But we have so many options now that you don't really sit down and listen and get to know people before you write them off for something, which in this day and age is mainly going to be for looks. I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer in Hazelnut. They are so cute together, and Cameron is like husband material. Like, he's so sweet, he's so thoughtful. Everybody was saying he's too emotional, but I don't think so. I'm happy they're still together. I was so surprised when I found out it was done in 2018, and it came out this year, because it seemed like it was like they did it last year. It was cool to see that actually it's been 2 years past. They're still together. They still seem very much in love, and they have a seemingly healthy, loving relationship. Now, Jessica, with her whole set of issues, like her and Mark, okay, like, bro, she told you, she threw so many hints. She even stated she wasn't feeling you like that. So why did you press with it? Like, okay, I'm happy I've watched the show after stuff came out, because I feel like the hate train I would have had for Jessica, I would have been the conductor if I watched it before all the information about the show came out later. Because being a pet mom, I can totally understand her wanting to see her dog while her dog is sick and passing away or passed away. But then When you see that she lets her dog drink alcohol, you're like, bitch, what kind of owner are you? It's very bad for them. And her being a 34-year-old woman, you felt like she would have known that by now. Like, I learned about that a while ago. Because for the longest, yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, my friends, we would do that. But that's when we were like young and dumb and didn't know any better. But her dog, he was like, oh, you got the wine out? It's time for us to drink. Ran over there and drank like it was his dog bowl. So I'm like, do you really care about your dog? And Mark, back to what I was saying, like, bruh, she didn't like you. She was mad that she made it seem like it was an issue because of your age, but Barnett was 27, so not that much younger or older than you, and she was still thirsty for him. But her continuously going after him, sis, he ain't want you, okay? You get mad that you believed him when he told you he was going to pick you. And he didn't even really say he was going to pick you. He said you were high on the list, but he didn't say it was for a sure thing. But he was kind of like the cube, is that what they were calling it? The cube fuckboy. I'm gonna be using this Maybelline brow drama, a deep brown. My cousin she does videos too, and she's like a real makeup person. I just do it for fun. She uses a gel, and I forgot I bought this, and I'm like, you know what, let me start using this again. Because when I bought it, I thought it would fill your brows in a lot better. And it doesn't. It's just to keep them where you want them, and then you fill them in. And I was like, what do I need this extra step for? My brows usually stay where I put them. So I stopped using it, but hers looks so good in her video, which I'll link below, that it made me want to start using it again. And I'm using the Brow Contour Pro by Benefit. This will probably be the last product I ever buy from them. I used to like their mascara, was it Roller Lash? That shit was the shit. But most of their stuff I can't use, so I can find another product from a brand that has more things I can purchase from, you know, and give them my coin. She was a hot mess, and Amber was also a hot mess. She really was a homosexual. Like, whoever said that, who was I watching? And she was like, she's a homosexual. I'll link the video below, but there are a couple of people, because I've been listening to YouTube videos while I'm doing my work. They said she's a homosexual, and I didn't get it at first because I'm like, what are you talking about? It says she's a waitress. Well, no, for the longest it said she was an ex-military heavy machine mechanic. And I liked her off rip because I was like, oh, cool, she's in the military. And as a former vet, I was like, go girl, I know you're probably badass. But she did kind of throw me off when she was like, because I'm not ugly. People are so surprised that I have substance and I can hold conversation. I'm like, I think that trope is kind of like dead now. And people know that pretty people nowadays aren't just a pretty face with an empty head. And when she was like, "Oh, I have $20,000 worth of college debt that I haven't paid for, you know, and I couch surf. Like, I don't have my own place." Like, whoa, sis, what are you doing? But at least she was honest about it, and she didn't wait until after they got married, from what I can remember, before she told him. So pretty. And I don't know if I want to use a brush that comes with or not. Let me look at it. Because I hear it's good. Like the Urban Decay ones. The ones that come with the Urban Decay ones are the shit. I'm going to take Edges, Credit, and Ginger. Bruh, I feel like I'm just excited. There's 3 shades, brown shades in here that I can use. This one. Wow. This is my first Anastasia Beverly Hills palette already. Just that. And I got that much product. I tapped it. This is freaking amazing. Jackie, sis, thank you. Anastasia Beverly Hills, thank you. When they had the reunion and she dogged Jessica, I was like, it's deserved. I can understand. I totally understand her not wanting to accept her apology, but acknowledging it. Like, okay, like, you've seen how you look like an idiot. Oh yeah, for Jessica, I don't understand. Um, oh, I talked about it, how she wanted to leave, but they wouldn't let her. And I think that's kind of mostly the reason why she was like a drunk mess. Because she was like, well, if I'm just going to be here, I might as well get all this free liquor, which is understandable. But not when you have unresolved feelings with another castmate. So that I didn't think was a very good idea. But, and then who was it? Gia, and what was his name? Damien? Was it Damien? They were a hot mess. Like, they were dysfunctional. And I can't believe they're still together even though they didn't get married. I can't. She was so dramatic, and then he was letting her talk to him all kinds of crazy. Like, she was freaking crazy. I thought she was so cool until I found it very awkward when she proposed to him right after he proposed to her. I was like, I'm all for like the feminist movement, but I feel like sometimes it like goes to the extreme. Like people saying that Adele shouldn't give her husband money. If she didn't have a prenup, she's gonna have to give him money. She's the one who made the bulk of the money when they're married. Sorry, honey. And nobody talking about Amber Heard trying to ruin Johnny Depp and all the factual information coming out that she's actually a burning dumpster fire from the depths of hell. So I don't fully, I was on board at first, but then it started going sideways, and I'm like, I can't with this movement. It's not for me. Okay, but her proposing, I was like, ill awkward. But if that's what she wanted to do, that's cool. Um, but then when she told him that he wasn't that great in bed, I was like, wow, to his face, like, not with your girlfriends where there's no cameras to film this, and future people he might, future women he might date, or his friends or people in general can see. I'm like, damn, sis, that was mean. And then she said that, and then she got right back with him. She's still with him. So who's the boo boo the fool? You, because you said he's not great at bed. So why are you wasting his and your time if he does not sexually please you, and you made it seem like him doing it should be a big deal, you know? And then who was it? Kelly and Bradley Cooper, because that's who that guy looked like. She, not to be mean, because people will say that I'm ugly too, but out of everybody that they showed regularly, she was not very attractive. And that was the thing. That was the thing too. Uh, Jessica and Kelly both raised their hands when they said, "Is do you believe love is blind?" No, because you two didn't. You weren't still attracted to the person you matched with when you got to actually see them. Jessica, you thought Mark was too short, and you kept saying he wasn't muscular enough, but he seemed muscular enough to me. Like, him and Bennett seemed pretty much on par, if not Bennett being maybe slightly more muscular. They both seemed like they were in pretty good shape and muscular and looked fit. He just wasn't tall enough for you. And then Kelly, I don't know what you find attractive, because you liked him until you seen him, and then you kept bringing it up. You didn't sleep with him, even though he tried to make it seem like he did. You guys did, which was fucked up on his part. And he didn't become that attractive when that came out. But them saying that they think love is blind is not really true. Did they make you raise your hands? Because your actions the whole season seem to say otherwise. And then Carlton and what was her name? Princess? She should not have been harassed online like everybody's saying she was, or she said she was, because he lied to her. I, for one, did not think he was straight when he was on there, and I was like, and then when he said he's fluid, I was like, okay, he's gender fluid. All right. Um, but he should have told her. He really should have told her. Uh, well, you don't pay attention to gender. If you love somebody, you love that one person. And I'm going to say I've been ignorant of this, and you can come for me if you want to, but I used to think that too. Like, when I was younger, I was ignorant as hell. But I thought, like, if somebody was bisexual, I'm like, oh my god, they are so greedy. So they think they can just date whoever they want and, like, freaking cheat on you. That's not how it works. They're still monogamous. They just are more, they're sexually attracted to people, you know? They don't really care what your gender is. So, yeah, kind of slut shamed. I used to be a slut shamer. I'll say that, especially for bisexual people. And I apologize. I'm like going off on a tangent. I didn't even talk about how he was a complete and utter asshole to her when she, because for the most part, she was okay with it. She was just like, oh, so you're attracted to guys. And I think she's starting to like question him just so she could kind of understand, because it's new to her. And if you'd have brought it up in the pod, this wouldn't have been as big of an issue, because it would have been hashed out then, and you really would have known if she was there for you. With Bigwig, Because, bro, you lied. Like, I'm sorry. You straight up lied to her. And you can't be upset when she doesn't fully understand and you don't give her a chance to ask questions before you blow up on her. Because in your past, people would judge the shit out of you when you brought it up. And he tried to make it seem like she's a piece of shit, but she was just confused. It's new information. She thought she knew you. But obviously she didn't, because she found out this information and she's like, what the fuck? She might not be attracted to somebody like that, which is okay because that's her preference. Just like you have a preference of being attracted to a person and not them being a woman, a straight woman. I am in love with this palette. And then Nick Lachey, oh my god, don't even get me started on him with his obviously I'm Nick Lachey. No, honey, it's only obviously to me because you were popular when I was a teenager. Was I even a teenager? Middle school, whenever. And because you're from my home state. Like, no, it's not. Obviously. Because I know some people are like, who is this fool? You ain't nobody. Like, you're not well known anymore. I'm gonna do Shookington. We're gonna do Shookington. Some more Supreme. Going back in with edges. Other shows that I've watched. Tiger King. I'm not going to talk very much about it because there's so much. And I posted about it on my Instagram too. Like my general thoughts that I had after I watched it. And they're still true. I still feel the same way. The real victims are the freaking tigers. This is Ginger, my bad. Ooh. That one right there. Okay, I'm done. No more eyeshadow. Okay, I just wanted to play with that palette, and I love it. Love it. Hands down, new favorite palette. It was only my first time using it, and I'm like, yep. I love purple and I love pink and I love sparkle, and that's all up in there. So thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Anastasia Beverly Hills. I probably will be picking up the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm gonna do my eyeliner. Let me get this out of my way. And I'm gonna be using the MAC Queen New York in Deep Black. This is actually a Korean brand. Ooh, let's see if I can do it on the other side. Speaking of Korean, uh, no more touch-ups. We're done because it's going to start looking crazy. I know you've seen those memes. Okay. And we're going to do the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I finally got around to watching Itaewon Class, and I'm so happy that I did because it was great. It was really good. Like, Park June. I can't Park Sejun. I can't say names correctly unless I'm looking at them. So forgive me. And I probably still don't say them correctly when I'm looking at them. He has hands down become one of my favorite K actors. Like, number one Bae will always be Gungyo. I love him. He will always be number one, but there are plenty that are trying to take his spot. When I first got into dramas, it was I still like him, but seeing how he acts, he's and not like acts and shows, but like in general, like he himself as a person. Charles Saiwon, he's I think he's very attractive too, but all his controversies, stuff that he said, I'm like, oh, I don't find you that attractive anymore. This mascara is amazing. I am putting on falsies for this look. I didn't put any in the last one, and I wish I would have, because if I don't put on enough mascara or if I don't put on falsies, my lashes are non-existent, unfortunately. I'm going to be doing these wispies. Itaewon Class is so good. I really liked everybody. I was really happy that they had a black guy as one of the supporting cast, even though some people thinks he deserved more time. Like, let's just be happy they put him in the cast, period. Like, he wasn't even in the webtoon that the show was based off of, so let's just be happy for that, there's a representation for that. I also liked how they have a transgender character. The guy who played the father, I was like, why does he look familiar when I'm watching it? I'm like, why does he look so familiar? Who is this actor. And since I'm not very good with like names, I had to like look it up, see who it is. I'm like, oh my god, that's the dad from Strong Woman, Do Bong Soon. And I'm like, how? I was like, he is a phenomenal actor. I loved him to death in that movie, or that movie, in that drama. And then seeing him in this, I'm like, I hate your guts. I'm like, you're a great actor. Um, he played that role really well. He was so evil. The way he like threw away his family when they made his company look bad. I'm like, see, that's what greed gets you, because the whole point of him even starting his small little I guess they would consider it like a pub, was because he wanted to feed his family. And when he became powerful enough, you see how he actually threw them away when they made him or his company look bad. I'll fuck this up. And spoilers if you haven't seen the drama, but the way that he probably have to fix my mascara because I shouldn't even use this. I do better when I don't. Like, okay. So, blush. The way that he treated um, Park Seo Joon's character was so, just the way he treated, I can't tell if there's any blush on here because it's purple. Can you guess what my favorite colors are? Um, I don't see any. Probably shouldn't be putting this on my cheeks because they got hella texture, but it will look so good with that pink. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. It's like hella blush now. I don't fuck myself over this time. Okay. Um let's get this together. The way he treated his sons was sad. Um as far as like the relationship part of the show, I'm happy he ended up with was it Misu? That's probably not her name. That's probably from another the next drama I was going to talk about. If I probably won't talk about it because I'm almost done. But wow, that looks a lot better. I toned it down a little bit. Wow, this feels really good. Wow, it doesn't feel like I have anything on this. Okay, let me. I know who I'm gonna get liquid licks from if I buy any more. And this color looks really good on me too. This is Bittersweet. And then as far as what I was saying about Itaewon Class and the relationship, I'm happy he ended up with um, old girl. Um, because at first I was rooting for his childhood crush, but after she kept putting him off, just like putting him on the back shelf, like, oh, he's always going to be there, he's always going to love me, and wasting his time, I was happy when when he finally like opened his eyes and realized he wasn't in love with her anymore. Like he was for the longest, he really was in love with her, but when he found somebody who actually cared about him and not just herself, and he found somebody who he could really consider, like, she was down for him, like ride or die for real, and ride or die in not the like ignorant type, like go to jail for him type shit, like ride or die. Like all of the people that worked for him were like ride or die for him, except for the one guy who was the um, CEO younger son, his illegitimate son. I hate how he turned bad in the end, but they ended up becoming friends later with the group. I hated how he outed what's her name. That was disgusting. Um, I thought, but oh, I didn't even finish talking about what I was saying. What I was talking about. She was like ride or die for him. Like all the people that originally started with him when he started his company, they were all ride or die for him as far as like wanting to see him reach his goals. They didn't care. Like they fought for him. They like fought for him and had his back. They uh, helped him. They just the main cast in general, or Sayori, um, all of them, even him himself, like they were all really good friends to each other. And it was really good to see, and to see how they supported him even when the CEO tried to make him seem like he was an idiot, and because he came from nothing, he could never be anything. Um, that's like the best, that was the best part of the show, in my opinion, was just the friendships, the loyalty, and how they helped him achieve his dream. So he helped them achieve their dreams. You know, like you would consider, like you would want your friends to do for you. It was really good to see that. But this is the finished look that I came up with. Um, if you enjoyed the video, I know I talked a lot this time, be sure to check out my Instagram, because if I don't talk in a video, usually I'll post stuff on there. Um, I don't have a Twitter anymore. I deactivated it. But yeah, if you like the video, be sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.